League winners aren't always first round picks. Sometimes they're the guys that no one is talking about. On today's episode of the Fantasy Signal, I'm giving you three players that could win you a fantasy championship. A player that could be a league winner and win you a championship is Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kyler Murray. Now Kyler Murray gets a fresh start with the Minnesota Vikings, and think about the quarterbacks that have left teams and rejuvenated their career. Just last year, we saw Sam Darnold win the Super Bowl with the Seahawks. We saw Baker Mayfield leave the Browns and have a nice career with the Buccaneers. Daniel Jones, even just last year, he looked elite. And now the Vikings have Kyler Murray. Besides the disaster season of J.J. McCarthy, we've seen quarterbacks that were below average before have success in Kevin O'Connell's system. We've seen the likes of Kirk Cousins have success. I've already mentioned Sam Darnold. We saw Carson Wentz and Josh Dobbs have success in this system. Kyler Murray can be an elite fantasy quarterback with a non-elite fantasy price, especially with his rushing upside. Quarterbacks that can run give you a massive fantasy advantage. In seasons when Kyler Murray has averaged at least 10 games, he has rushed for 555 yards and 5 touchdowns on average. Now Kyler Murray has an elite Justin Jefferson at his disposal, and the team as a whole is looking to bounce back after a disappointing season last year. That should be plenty motivation to watch Sam Darnold go win a Super Bowl. It has also been reported that Kyler Murray has been impressive in OTAs. A running back that can be a league winner for your team is Los Angeles Chargers running back Omarion Hampton. Now, he showed flashes as a rookie before he went down in week 5 with an ankle fracture. Even with a banged up O-line, he managed to average 13.3 fantasy points per game. And 6 of the last 10 appearances that he was in, he averaged double-digit fantasy points. Now the O-line is fully healthy, getting back their star tackles in Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, drafting Jake Slaughter and signing Cole Strange. And they also invested at center with Tyler Biadasz. With the arrival of Mike McDaniel as offensive coordinator, Omarion Hampton profiles as a running back 1 to me. Mike McDaniel has the play calling acumen to maximize this rushing attack. We saw this last year with Devon Achane. And in previous years in Miami, we saw Raheem Mostert get his first 1,000-yard season. Even when he was back in San Francisco, the 49ers were a top-tier rushing attack. With Najee Harris now gone, Omarion Hampton is now the clear lead back for the Chargers, and I fully expect a second-year leap. And the wide receiver that could win you your league this year is Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy. Worthy will remain a vital part of this offense. With Hollywood Brown gone, as well as Juju Smith-Schuster, there is plenty of opportunity now for Xavier Worthy. With the addition of Kenneth Walker, that will also open up opportunities. Now the Chiefs still have Tyquan Thornton at receiver, but I see him as more of a one-dimensional downfield threat, whereas Xavier Worthy strikes me as a 3-level threat, being effective in the short, intermediate, and deep passing game. Meanwhile, Rashee Rice will miss mandatory minicamp after serving 30 days in Dallas County Jail. And although uber talented, that will set him behind schedule while Xavier Worthy is still getting reps. Meanwhile, Xavier Worthy is learning from new wide receivers coach Chad O'Shea. O'Shea will take on a more hands-on approach that the previous regime did not do. He will be tasked with helping the wide receivers increase their production through their discipline and technique. O'Shea has plenty of experience, dating back to his NFL debut back in 2003 under Dick Vermeil. The return of offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy will also help with this, as the Chiefs were sloppy at times on the offensive side of the ball. Now fully healthy, you can expect the Chiefs to use Worthy more effectively. And if you worry about the health of Patrick Mahomes, don't be. We're already seeing him make accurate passes in minicamp. Not to mention, the Kansas City Chiefs have recently offered Patrick Mahomes the richest NFL contract in history, worth $500 million. Mahomes will have newfound motivation after last year's disappointing season, and Worthy will be a big part of it. Travis Kelce is a future Hall of Famer, and he's one of my favorite fantasy tight ends of all time. But it did appear that he took a step back last season. As a result, I don't believe that he'll command the lion's share of the targets like he did last year, and a lot of those targets will go to Xavier Worthy. These are my 3 league winners for the 2026 fantasy football season. And remember, league winners aren't always found in the first round. Oftentimes, they're the players that massively outperform their draft costs. Now I want to hear from you. Who is your league winner for this season? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future fantasy content. Thanks for watching and follow the Fantasy Signal. Until next time.